Hello and welcome to the live session by Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. I am Misbah, your maths educator, and in this class we are going to do some more questions on relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomials. In the previous session as well, we had discussed about zeros and relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic as well as cubic polynomials. So we are going as per the syllabus of class 10, and obviously we are doing some extra questions as well on the basis of NTSE, KVPY and all that. So are you guys ready? Just confirm that in the chat. Hello Anita, welcome to this session. So let's wait for some more seconds, let other students join as well, and then we can start with this session. So basically the concept which we are going to take over here, we have already done in the previous session, but actually some more type of questions must be done on the basis of those concepts. We were not able to do in the previous session, so we are going to do some more questions on the basis of relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomials. Hello Anand, welcome to this session. Am I audible and visible properly? Just confirm that in the chat. Hello Isha, welcome to this session. Are you guys able to hear and see me properly? Hello GD Verma, good evening, welcome to this session. It's not, okay, it is evening only. Okay, so guys, I think we are good to start now. We are going to first revise the relationship between zeros and coefficients of different types of polynomials, and then we'll be doing questions on the basis of those concepts, specifically in terms of quadratic polynomials. So let's start with it. So if you have got the standard form of a linear polynomial, that is ax plus b, right? And obviously a cannot be equal to 0, the coefficient of x cannot be equal to 0, then it will not, if a is equal to 0, it will not remain a linear polynomial. Hello Parmeshwar, welcome to this session. Okay, so you know that if it's a linear polynomial, it will have only one 0 and that will be equal to minus b by a, correct? One 0 of a linear polynomial will be equal to minus b by a. Now if you are talking about a quadratic polynomial, the standard form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where obviously a is not equal to 0. The coefficient of x square cannot be equal to 0. Otherwise it will cease to be a quadratic polynomial, right? So a quadratic polynomial can have maximum 2 real zeros, right? So 2 real zeros we can represent by alpha and beta. Okay, so just understand the pattern properly. First you will take sum of roots taking 1 at a time, sum of roots taking 1 at a time, and that will be minus b by a only. One root at a time or one 0 at a time and sum of them, right? Taking 1 0 at a time, sum of them, it is equal to minus b by a. Then you will take 2 zeros at a time, 2 zeros at a time, right? So that is what the pattern is. See, it is minus b by a, change the sign to plus c by a. You got that logic? Is it clear to everybody? Thanks Isha. Just tell Parmeshwar to refresh. Am I audible to everybody? Anand and Isha? I guess I'm audible to everybody, right? Just confirm that in the chat. Isha, am I audible to you properly? Okay, fine. So maybe Parmeshwar is having some problem. Okay, Gayatri, just please tell Parmeshwar to okay, Parmeshwar, that's good. So this logic is clear, right? Now suppose you have got a cubic polynomial, right? A 3-degree polynomial. So the standard form of a cubic polynomial will be what? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, and obviously a cannot be equal to 0. The coefficient of x cube cannot be equal to 0, because if a is equal to 0, it will not remain a cubic polynomial. Now a cubic polynomial can have maximum 3 real zeros, right? And those real zeros you will represent by alpha, beta and gamma, right? These are Greek letters. These are just notations. Don't get confused that, oh my god, why we are using alpha, beta and gamma. These are just names. What is your question, Parmeshwar? Just write in the chat and I'm explaining till then this. Okay, so you have got this. What is the pattern? Take sum of zeros taking 1 at a time. Sum of zeros taking 1 at a time, it will be every time minus b by a. You got it? Now what is happening over here? We can take sum of zeros taking 2 at a time, like this, alpha, beta, beta, gamma, and then you have got gamma alpha, right? This is the pattern. So you see, this is minus b by a, change the sign to plus c by a. Got that logic? Now you see you have got 3 zeros over here. So 1 at a time, 2 at a time, now you can take 3 at a time as well. So you'll get alpha, beta, gamma. Now plus c by a to change the sign to minus d by a. So is this pattern clear to everybody? Parameshwar, see, whatever may be the type of the polynomial, whether it is linear, quadratic, cubic, biquadratic, quintic, I'll explain that. I'll give a question on the basis of that. Don't bother cricket. Just after this, we have got a question like that only, cricket lover, right? Okay? I already have that question over here. So I hope it is clear to everybody. See Parameshwar, whatever may be the number of zeros, just understand the pattern. The first thing is you will take sum of zeros taking 1 at a time, okay? 1 0 at a time, alpha, beta, gamma, that will be every time minus b by a. You got that logic? Now what you will do? You will take 2 at a time, okay? 2 at a time, and then you will add them up. So this is minus b by a, change the sign to plus c by a, correct? Now what you will do? You will take 3 at a time, got it? Now you see it is plus c by a, change the sign to minus d by a. Is that clear to you? Hi Ashik. Is it clear Parameshwar? Tell me. The logic is clear. Now I will show one more for biquadratic polynomial as well, so that it is not confusing for you. You will get it immediately. See. So for a biquadratic polynomial means a 4-degree polynomial, right? So the standard form will be ax raised to the power 4 bx cube cx square dx plus e, right? Obviously over here as well a cannot be equal to 0. The coefficient of x raised to the power 4 cannot be equal to 0, because then if a is equal to 0, this will not remain a 4-degree polynomial. I hope that is clear. So it can have maximum 4 real zeros, correct? So 4 real zeros we can assume to be alpha, beta, gamma and delta. These are Greek letters, don't get scared by their names. Like you have got A, B, C, D in the English alphabet, in the same manner alpha, beta, gamma, pi, psi, chi and all these things, these are Greek letters. I mean, it's not something called any rocket science over here. I hope it is clear. So what is the first thing, the first pattern which you will take up over here? Maybe I am not visible to you, but what I am writing will be visible, right? The first pattern will be sum of the zeros. So sum of the zeros will be alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta, taking 1 at a time. You are taking 1 0 at a time. Again it will be minus b by a only. You got it? Now what you will do? You will take 2 at a time. So alpha, beta, beta, gamma, gamma, delta, alpha, delta, right? So change the sign, see minus b by a, change the sign to plus c by a. I hope that is clear to you. Now you see over here, 1 at a time, 2 at a time. Now you will take 3 at a time, right? So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, alpha, gamma, delta, right? It's a very simple pattern. So you see minus b by a plus c by a, change the sign to minus d by a. I hope that is clear. So 1 at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time. The last one will be 4 at a time. So that will be alpha, beta, gamma, delta. So it is minus d by a, change the sign to plus e by a. I hope this is clear to everybody in this session. Chi, it is just a letter. Over here we are not using it. These are letters, alpha, beta, gamma, pi, psi, chi. These are letters of the Greek alphabet, cricket lovers. I hope you understand that. So is it clear to everybody over here? Parameshwar, cricket lover, Ashik. Is this clear, Isha? Any doubt in the relationship between zeros and coefficients of any polynomial you can find, of any degree? You don't have to mug up anything. Everything is logical over here. Everything is on the basis of logic. And these, I mean, this relationship, the pattern over here, these are known as Vieta's formula. These are known as Vieta's formula. You must not have heard, you might not have heard the name over here. And although you don't need to know the name either, but if you know, that is good. No problem in that, because it is not normally written in your books. So these are known as Vieta's formulas, the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial of any degree. Everything is given on the Infinity Learn class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. The schedule is done every day. I mean, at around 12 or maybe you can say 10 to 12 p.m. you will be able to see. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Parmeshwar. Obviously, we will not do that over here. For quadratic, I will do obviously. Yes, I hope you are able to hear me, Parmeshwar. Formula to make quadratic equation. Okay, that we will do in the next session. Okay. I mean, if suppose sum of zeros or product of zeros is given, how will you form a quadratic polynomial? And if sum of roots and product of roots are given, that we will do in the next session. We are going according to the planning, cricket lovers. Obviously, we cannot take anything in between this session. I hope you understand that. We are going according to the syllabus. I hope that is clear. And in fact, the formula you already know, that is x square minus sum of roots plus product of roots, that is equal to 0. If sum of roots of a quadratic equation is s and product of roots is this, then you will get this quadratic equation. I hope it is clear. So quadratic equation will be unique, but quadratic polynomial will not be unique. You can have infinite number of polynomials whose sum of zeros is s and product of zeros is p. You got that logic? There is a difference in case of quadratic equations and in case of polynomials. Obviously, I will not do it over here, cricket lovers. The purpose of this session is not that. Your previous question will do over here, which you were asking. You see, we have got this question, right? When the difference of zeros is given, you can do this, right? Although it is for equations only, but the same pattern can be applied. I hope you understand that, right? Same pattern can be applied over here as well. Try doing this question and let me know the answer quickly. So we are going to do other questions as well. Many type of questions can be asked on the basis of this thing, alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Okay. So try doing this and let me know the answer over here, guys. If alpha and beta are the roots of this, see, roots of quadratic equation, I know that we haven't done quadratic equations, but those Vieta's formula, they are applicable over here. So don't bother about them. I hope it is clear. Try doing it quickly, guys. We are doing class 10 syllabus only on the Infinity Learn class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. Pratham series is going on for class 9 students and Pioneer series is going on for class 10 students. So every day you have got 2 classes right now on the Infinity Learn class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. So I am explaining this. See, alpha minus beta is 1 over here. So you see, alpha minus beta is 1. Just understand one thing. You cannot find the roots of this equation normally, right? It will make it very complex. So what I will try to make this, I'll try to convert this thing in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. You got it? So can I square on both these sides of this, guys? I can square alpha minus beta, the whole square will be equal to 1 square, correct? Now guys, can I write alpha minus beta, the whole square like this? Can I say it is alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta? Just say yes or no. Can I do like this? Because if you will simplify this thing, what will you get? You will get alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta, correct? And I have written minus 4 alpha beta over here. So this will be simplified and it will give you minus 2 alpha beta. So it is alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. That is nothing but equal to alpha minus beta square. Is it clear to everybody? Obviously, Parmeshwar, right now whatever I am doing, please concentrate. These are very important things. I am explaining everything from basics only. But obviously you have to follow the whole series, right? You cannot say that you will just attend one class and make everything clear. It cannot happen like that, na? You understand that thing. It is very obvious, Parmeshwar. Is it clear, cricket lovers, everybody else in the class? Now over here, what is alpha plus beta for this quadratic equation? I can find alpha plus beta, it is nothing but minus b by a, right? Now minus b is what? If you compare with the standard form of a quadratic equation, it will be minus a, because you see, and this is 1. So this is nothing but equal to minus a. And what is the product of roots? Alpha beta, that is equal to c by a over here. Please understand that this a of the formula is not this a of the equation. They are different. So that is equal to 12 upon 1, that is 12. I hope that is clear to everybody. Just put it over here. So over here if you will put, you'll get minus a square minus 4 into alpha beta over here is 12. That is equal to 1 over here. I hope that is clear. So you see alpha square will be what? 12 4s are 48 and that is equal to 49. And obviously you see this is a quadratic equation, so you'll get plus minus square root of 49. So a is equal to plus minus 7. Is it clear to every student over here? Please ask your doubt, guys. Please ask. Is it clear to everybody in the class? Just confirm that, Parmeshwar, cricket lovers, Ishita, everybody else in this session. Is it clear, guys? So one of the important questions over here. Is this clear, guys? Tell me. Obviously, I have explained everything. Please attend series by series. Classes attend like that. See, the class is defined for some purpose. Obviously, I cannot revise the whole chapter from the beginning. Please understand that, cricket lovers, okay? Difference between expression and polynomial. So, all polynomials are algebraic expressions, but all expressions need not be polynomials. Polynomials are algebraic expressions in which whole number exponents of variables are there, okay? Whole number exponent of variables are there. So those are polynomials. I hope you got it. For example, I ask a question that is this a polynomial? If I ask a question, is this a polynomial? No, this is not a polynomial because you have got a negative exponent of the variable. So this is an algebraic expression, but this is not a polynomial. Got it? So for example, I ask, is this a polynomial? So the answer is no, this is not a polynomial because you have got fractional exponent of the variable. This is an algebraic expression, but this is not a polynomial. For an algebraic expression to be a polynomial, the exponent of each of the variables present in that polynomial must be a whole number. I hope it is clear. Yes, votes will be there, Parmeshwar, for sure. I hope it is clear, cricket lovers, the difference between polynomials and algebraic expressions. All polynomials are algebraic expressions, but all algebraic expressions need not be polynomials, and that is the logic which I had already explained to you. I hope this is clear, and I hope this question is also clear to you. Now let us do many more questions on the basis of relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomials, and all of them are important. Let's move over here. So you see, although we'll not do for this, guys, okay, because this is the standard form, so you'll not get any numerical answer. I hope you understand that. You'll not get any numerical answer over here. The answer will be in the form of A, B, C, so it will make it complex only. So I'm taking a quadratic polynomial as per my wish. Suppose I am taking anything, you can take, it is all up to you. Suppose, okay, something like this I'm taking, okay. So for this quadratic polynomial 2x square plus x plus 3, can you find the values of alpha square plus beta square, 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, alpha cube plus beta cube? So just do it one by one. Exercise number, it is from polynomials, Parmeshwar, from NCERT only, but obviously every question which we are doing over here, you will not find in NCERT. Some of the questions are of advanced levels as well. Although these questions, they are very simple. They are according to the boards only. The previous question is also simple. You have got previous year questions in which alpha minus beta is also there in CBSE as well. Exercise number, I don't remember. I think the second chapter in the NCERT, Parmeshwar. How would I remember exercise number, Parmeshwar? Just think that. Okay. So you have got this polynomial over here. You have to find the value of alpha plus beta. Don't do for this, guys. This is the standard form, right? So you will get a very vague answer in the form of alpha and beta. Thanks, cricket lovers. You will not get the satisfactory answer. I mean, it will be a big number, the answer will be in the form of some variables, some A, B, C. So it is not satisfying, you would say, right? So, but if you will use this, you'll get numerical values in the answer. So we have to find the values of, suppose I'll do this one first because this is the simplest one in this question. So I have to find the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So you see, they will for sure give you a quadratic polynomial or a quadratic equation which you will not be able to factorize. Most probably they will give you a question like that. Habib, he's a student over here. Okay, so they will for sure give you a polynomial which will not be factorizable by you. because if it would be factorizable, you will directly find alpha and beta and you will directly put it over here. They want you to use the relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomial. It means they want you to use alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So whatever is the expression over here, just manipulate that in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. If you will take the LCM over here, you will get alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. Now alpha plus beta is nothing but minus b by a, and alpha beta is c by a in case of quadratic polynomial. I can cancel it out, so I will get minus b by c over here. So what is b over here? B is the coefficient of x, so b is 1 in this case. So it is minus 1 by c is 3 over here. So minus 1 by 3 is the answer. I hope you understand what is a, b and c, because if you will compare this polynomial with the standard form of a quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c, you will say that a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to 3. I hope it is clear to everybody. So minus b by c is the answer, that is minus 1 by 3. Any doubt in this? We are not dividing. Obviously, cricket lovers, we are not doing it over here, and I cannot skip topics like that. We will concentrate on the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial only, because just think about other students, if they will watch the recording after this session, maybe he or she is not in the live session, they will get confused that what I am explaining in this topic. I hope you understand that logic, simple, how I divide alpha. We are not dividing alpha and beta over here. We are not dividing alpha and beta, we are just taking the LCM over here, just simplifying and taking LCM over here. So can you find the answer of the first part over here? Can you find alpha square plus beta square over here, guys? Can you find alpha square plus beta square? Tell me. Try to find alpha square and plus beta square and let me know the answer over here. So basically over here, again I am saying, Parameshwar, the first chapter also we have done on the Infinity Learn class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. This is not a doubt session in which you will ask doubts from different chapters, because there is a purpose behind this class. There is a description written. If other students will watch the recording of this class, they will get confused. Please try to understand that. I had taken many good questions on the basis of that chapter as well, the first chapter, number systems. You can please watch the recordings of those classes on the Infinity Learn class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. It's not that I don't want to answer you. I had taken marathon session of 7 hours as well. I can keep on answering you for the next 5-10 hours as well. I'm being very honest. Okay, so right now there is no specific doubt session on YouTube, cricket lovers, but obviously we'll plan in the future, right? I hope you understand that. Okay, so let's find the value of alpha square plus beta square over here. So again you have to manipulate. Alpha square plus beta square we can write like this. Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Whatever is the expression given, we have to change it in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Okay. Now what is alpha plus beta for this quadratic polynomial? Alpha plus beta you can easily find, just see it. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a, you know that. So it is minus b by a. So that will be minus 1 by 2. And what is alpha beta? Alpha beta is nothing but c by a. We have seen it today itself. So this is 3 by 2 over here. C by a, 3 by 2. I hope that is clear. So just put the values over here, alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Alpha plus beta we have got to be equal to minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 the whole square minus 2 into alpha beta is c by a. So that is 3 by 2. So this is the answer. Just simplify, you'll get the answer. I hope it is clear. If you want, I can simplify it as well. If you want, it's a simple thing. So it is 1 by 4 minus 3. So this will be what? 4 3s are 12 minus 11 by 4. This is the answer. Is it clear to every student in this session, guys? Just confirm that in the chat. Parameshwar, we have done today itself, in this class itself, I had explained the whole Ramayana to you, that how to find the relationship between zeros and coefficients of different types of polynomials. Parameshwar, I hope you understand that. This equation, yes or no? So I hope you understand that, Parameshwar. I had explained the whole thing, the whole Vieta's formula in this session as well and in the previous session as well. I hope you understand that, Parameshwar. Okay. Alpha plus beta rule is it's right now this is for quadratic polynomial. For other polynomials, the pattern I had explained for every type of polynomial over here, Habib. You see, these are known as Vieta's formula and they are applicable for a polynomial of any degree. I had explained it over here. Obviously, you have to be in a class from the start, right? You cannot come in between and you cannot, I mean, you understand that now. It is a logistic issue, right? It's not that I'm denying you that I'll not explain your doubts. I hope you understand that, right? I cannot explain the whole thing. I mean, it will waste our time, na? I hope you understand that. Okay, now we have to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube. So again, you cannot find the value of, okay, again you have to find the value, you cannot find alpha and beta separately. They will for sure give you a polynomial like that, because they want you to use alpha plus beta and alpha beta. They want you to use the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. You will not be able to factorize that polynomial which they will give in the examination. So don't think of putting alpha and beta separately over here. You will not be able to find alpha and beta. Thanks, Parmeshwar. So what I will do, you must have seen in grade 9, alpha cube plus beta cube can be written like this: alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. This formula you have studied in grade 9. Cubic identity, right? Alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. So you just have to put the values. Alpha plus beta, you know, minus 1 by 2, and alpha beta is 3 by 2. Just put it over here. Alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 2, so minus 1 by 2 the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta is what? 3 by 2. And alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 2 over here. Just simplify, you'll get the answer, guys. This is minus 1 by 8. And this will be what, guys? Plus 9 by 4. So this is the answer over here. 8 will be the LCM. Let's simplify it further. So minus 1 plus 9 2s are 18. So this will give you 17 by 8. I hope this is clear to every student. Exactly, Vinod. We have got 17 by 8 only. I hope it is clear to every student in this session. So we have got some other questions to do as well. I was telling that I will take many questions on the basis of relationship between zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. In the previous session as well, we did many questions, many different types of questions as well. Thanks, Sarthak. I hope it is clear to everybody. So let's do some more questions of these types. You see, these are same only. So I don't know, I had given space for different questions, but I was doing on the same slide. I don't know, it happens with me every time. Okay, no problem. Chalo. Okay, you see over here these type of questions as well. For the same polynomial, what was the polynomial? Or you can take any polynomial, guys, any quadratic polynomial will do. So actually, I remember that we had taken this, right? 2x square plus x plus 3. This was the quadratic polynomial, and alpha and beta are its zeros. So can you find the values of these things as well? Tell me. Try doing it. Try the fourth part and let me know the answer over here. So you have to find the value of this thing. Alpha square plus beta square, the whole divided by alpha raised to the power minus 2 plus beta raised to the power minus 2. Can you tell the answer to this question, guys? I hope it is clear to everybody in this session. Very important formula these are. I'm saying that it is applicable for every type of polynomial, but obviously I'm not taking, see, in one session I cannot take 50 questions. You understand that, na? I'm just trying to do according to CBSE grade 10 and obviously some extra questions for NTSE as well, right? And some of the questions I had taken on the Infinity Learn class 9 and 10 YouTube channel, you must have seen capsule questions. Daily one or two questions will be uploaded on the channel. I mean, those are Olympiad questions. I hope you understand that. Okay, so what you have to do, first you have to manipulate it. Again, I'm saying you cannot find the values of alpha and beta separately. They will for sure give you a polynomial for which you will not be able to find real zeros. They want you to use Vieta's formulas, the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. So you can manipulate the expression, that's it. You see, this is nothing but alpha square plus beta square. Can I write it like this, guys? 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square. I can do like this. You have studied laws of exponents since childhood, right? So what I can do now, let us simplify it further. This is alpha square plus beta square. In the denominator, can I take LCM? Will I get alpha square plus beta square divided by alpha square beta square? Tell me. So it is looking very complex, but it is very simple. This will be cancelled out. So this will go in the numerator. So it is nothing but alpha square beta square only. Yes or no? That is the answer. And this I can write like this, alpha beta the whole square. And you know that for a quadratic polynomial, alpha beta the whole square will be c by a the whole square. That's it. Now c over here is 3. C is 3 over here and a is what? 2. So the answer will be what? 9 by 4. This is the answer. Any doubt to any student in this session? Tell me. Is it clear, Vieta? 9 by 4, Habib, you must have done opposite of it. Is it clear, Parmeshwar, Sarthak, Vinod? Any doubt in this question, guys? Exactly, 9 by 4, you must have done opposite of it. This will go in the numerator, right? So it will be 9 by 4 only, correct? It's okay, yeah. 9 by 4 is the correct answer. Any doubt in this question? Just confirm that in the chat, guys. Is it clear to everybody in this session? Okay, so let's move on to the second part of it. And now I remember that I had left this space. So the second part of it you can do. This one you have to do now, the fifth part. So the quadratic polynomial was what? 2x square plus x plus 3. Again I am saying, needless to say, you cannot find alpha and beta separately. So you have to use the Vieta's formula only. Just compare it with the standard form of a quadratic polynomial. So you see a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to 3. Now can you do this? And obviously I'll write it for you that alpha plus beta will be used for sure. You cannot do it without it. So minus b by a, so it is minus 1 by 2 over here, and alpha beta is equal to c by a. Right? That is equal to c by a and that is equal to 3 by 2. So this will be used. This will for sure be used in this question. I hope it is clear. But obviously you have to manipulate the given expression in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, because there is no other way out in this case. I hope you understand that. So what you have to do, you just have to use algebraic identities. It must be on your tips. You cannot say that I don't remember algebraic identities which you have studied up till grade 9, right? Because those are the only algebraic identities, right? Up till grade 9, which you use even up till grade 12. No other algebraic identities there. So we have to find the value of alpha by beta. You see, we have got alpha by beta minus beta by alpha, the whole square, right? It is the whole square. So let's manipulate it, simplify it. If you take the LCM of the denominators, you'll get alpha beta, and then you'll get alpha square minus beta square, the whole square. Something like this. If you'll take the LCM over here, you'll get this only. I hope it is clear. Now can I write it like this, guys? I can write it alpha square minus beta square the whole square divided by alpha beta the whole square. Correct? Now still our work is not done. I know alpha beta, but I don't know what is alpha square plus beta square. I don't know that. So again I have to manipulate. This alpha square minus beta square, can I write it like this? Alpha plus beta into alpha minus beta. Have you studied this identity? Obviously since childhood you are doing, and the whole square is already there. In the denominator you have got alpha beta the whole square. I hope that is clear up till here, right? Now I can again separate out squares over here. So can I write it alpha plus beta the whole square into alpha minus beta the whole square, and in the denominator it is alpha beta the whole square. I hope it is clear up till here. Now you know the value of, see, you know the value of alpha plus beta, you know the value of alpha beta, but you don't know the value of alpha minus beta. This is another thing over here. You don't know the value of alpha minus beta, but this I had explained in today's class itself, that you can write it again like this. Maybe I am not visible, but the question will be visible to you. So this is alpha plus beta the whole square over here. Alpha minus beta the whole square. I had explained that, can I write it like this? Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Tell me. I had explained in today's class itself. And the whole divided by alpha beta, the whole square is there. You got it? So you see the whole expression we have changed in the form of alpha plus beta, alpha plus beta, alpha beta, alpha beta. Is it clear to everybody? Just confirm in the chat. Hema, Parmeshwar, Vinod, Sarthak, Habib. Any doubt in this thing? The whole expression we have converted in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta over here. Now we know the values of alpha plus beta and we know the values of alpha beta. Just put it over here, you will get the answer. I'm not doing the calculation. I hope you understand that. Alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 2. Just put it over here, minus 1 by 2 the whole square. And over here, alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 2 the whole square. Minus 4. Alpha beta is what? Alpha beta is 3 by 2. Just put 3 by 2 over here. And in the denominator also, it is 3 by 2 the whole square. So this is the answer. Just simplify. It's not such a big calculation. You'll be able to do it immediately. I hope it is clear. Maybe I'll do it. Just some seconds. Give me some seconds. I'll calculate it. So 1 by 4. This is 2 over here. Right. So this will be 1 by 4. Wait. 1 by 4 minus. This is 6 over here. And in the denominator, 9. I don't have space as well. I hope you understand. Just do this calculation. It's not a big deal. Right. So maybe you can do it. I hope it is clear. Right. So this will be the answer only. Is it clear to every student? Okay, Samiksha. Why you are thinking that, Mamos, you don't have to do that. Life is very beautiful. Maybe you are having some problem right now, but it will be good after some time. I hope it is clear to every student in this session. So you see, last question we have to do over here. We can do it on the next slide. So we have to find the value of this thing for the same polynomial, 2x square plus x plus 3. For the same polynomial. Again, the whole story will be repeated, because you have to compare it with the standard form of a quadratic polynomial. So a will be equal to 2, b is equal to 1 because it is 1 over here, and c is equal to 3. And obviously you have to use the sum of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, that is equal to minus b by a over here, and that is equal to minus 1 by 2, and product of the zeros of this quadratic polynomial is equal to c by a, and that is equal to 3 by 2 over here. So this is the prerequisite, obviously, which you have to use, because without this, you cannot do this question, obviously. Yes or no? So you have to find the value of alpha raised to the power 4, beta raised to the power 7 plus alpha raised to the power 7 plus beta raised to the power 4. Needless to say, again I am repeating the same thing in every question. You cannot find the values of alpha and beta separately over here, because they will for sure give you a polynomial like that, for which you will not be able to find real zeros. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, so alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 2, alpha beta is 3 by 2, correct. So what you have to do over here, you can see that you can take something as common, right? So can I take alpha raised to the power 4 and beta raised to the power 4 as common, right? You see, then you will be left with beta cube plus alpha cube. Correct or not? Now see, this thing can be written as alpha beta the whole raised to the power 4. Now you see, this thing you know, alpha beta the whole raised to the power 4 you can find, because alpha beta you know, that is okay. But again, this thing you don't know, so you have to convert this in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, right? So you have to use the identity, cubic identity, which you have studied in grade 9. Alpha cube plus beta cube can be written as alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. You have studied this thing. So this is the answer to it, right? Alpha beta you already know, just put it over here. I know it's a big calculation and I am not going to do it. I hope you understand why. I don't like calculations, but still you know that in questions we have to do it many a times. So this is minus 1 by 2 the whole cube minus 3 into alpha beta is over here 3 by 2, and alpha plus beta is what? Minus 1 by 2. So this is the answer, guys. Just simplify and get the answer. I hope the question is clear to every student in the class. ओके परमेश्वर, कोई बात नहीं है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, दिस इज नॉट द एंड टू इट. अगर देखो तुम्हें सीबीएसई की चीजें आती हैं तो ऐसा नहीं है कि देयर इज नथिंग मोर आफ्टर दैट. यू कैन गो फॉर एनटीएससी, यू कैन गो फॉर केवीपी. हालांकि एनटीएससी इज ऑन राइट नाउ, अभी उस पर होल्ड है थोड़ा सा, बट फॉर केवीपीवाई सारी चीजें, IOQM है ना, इंडियन ओलंपियाड क्वालिफायर इन मैथमेटिक्स. सो ये सारी चीजें कर सकते हो. फॉर दैट यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस मेनी मोर क्वेश्चंस, राइट, एंड मेनी डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. ऐसा नहीं है दिस इज द एंड टू इट. बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं अप टिल ग्रेड 10 भी, जो एनसीईआरटी के कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दोस कॉन्सेप्ट्स आल्सो बहुत सारे ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है ना? तो देयर इज नो एंड टू इट. सो यू हैव टू स्ट्राइव फॉर बेटर. यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस मेनी क्वेश्चंस. अगर एनसीईआरटी तक कर लिया, उससे आगे चलो, उससे आगे बढ़ो और अच्छा करने की कोशिश करो, राइट? सो ओके, यहां पे 2 और क्वेश्चंस मैंने लिए हैं, देखो. ठीक है, यहां पे 2 और क्वेश्चंस हैं, तो ये मैं अभी इसमें से देखो, ये वाला तो तुम ऐसे ही कर दोगे. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड. ये सेम थिंग है, मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन वैसे कर देता हूं. आई होप यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट इमीडिएटली. दिस थिंग यू जस्ट हैव टू simplify, that's it. We have done a question like this. In this class itself, we have done a question like this, right? So what I can do, I can just take the LCM of the denominator. So this is alpha square, beta square, and in the numerator, you will get beta square minus alpha square, right? So can I do like this, guys? Yes or no? So over here, it is the same thing. We have done a question like this in this class itself. I can separate out the exponents over here. Tell me. So this is alpha square, beta square, the whole square, right? So over here, what I can do, again, this thing I cannot find. So what I have to do, I can write it beta plus alpha into beta minus alpha. Correct? The whole square is already there over here. I hope it is clear. And in the denominator, can I write it alpha beta raised to the power 4, guys? Tell me. I hope it is clear. Now if you separate out the exponents again over here, I can say it is alpha plus beta the whole square. And see, this can be written as alpha minus beta the whole square or beta minus alpha the whole square. Both are same. In the denominator, you have got alpha beta raised to the power 4. I hope it is clear, guys. Is it clear to everybody? Now this we have already done in this session. It's not a very different question. Alpha minus beta the whole square, I had explained to you. It can be written like this, alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta, right? I hope it is clear. The whole divided by alpha beta raised to the power 4. Now you see, we have converted the expression in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So you can put the value of whatever it is, whatever alpha plus beta is there and whatever alpha beta is there. I hope it is clear. I don't think so कि 10th में जाना चाहिए वैसे, लेकिन फिर भी अगर तुम्हें जरूरत है तो you must do that, right? I hope it is clear to every student in this session. Any doubt in the question, guys? Just confirm that in the chat. Obviously, I'm not doing for any polynomial, but suppose you have got a polynomial, the same polynomial over here. Suppose we have got the same polynomial, right? So alpha plus beta we know and alpha beta we know over here. So just put it over here, you'll get the answer. Is it clear to everybody? Habib, Mamos, Samiksha, Parmeshwar, any doubt in this? Okay, Shubh, that's very good. I hope it is clear. Now suppose this question as well, it is the same thing, guys. What you can do over here, take the LCM of the denominators, what will you get? You'll get alpha cube plus beta cube, right? Alpha cube plus beta cube divided by alpha square beta square. So again, I'm saying you'll not be able to find the values of alpha and beta separately. They'll for sure give you a polynomial like that. What's your doubt, Shubh? See, if you have joined the class in between, please try to understand that it will be problematic for you, right? Okay, Vivek. So you see this question, Shubh, whatever is the algebraic, whatever is the expression in the terms of alpha and beta, you have to change the things in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Is it clear, Shubh? Because for a polynomial, suppose for this polynomial, you will not be able to find the values of alpha and beta separately. They will for sure give you a polynomial of which real zeros cannot be found. Then it will become more easy. Habib, if constant term is not there, then alpha beta will be 0 or not? Tell me. If constant term is not there, then alpha beta will be 0. It will become more easy. Okay, are you talking about this question, Habib? That over here alpha beta is 0. They will not ask that question. Got that or not, Habib? Because over here division by 0 is not possible, na? They will obviously frame the question like that only. Yes, Parmeshwar. For complex root, see, when is the relation of complex and coefficients of a polynomial possible? Coefficients of, what are you asking? Is the relation of complex roots and coefficient? No, in case of complex roots, you don't talk about the nature of roots. I hope you understand that, right? The nature of roots we discuss when we have got real coefficients. I hope it is clear. Shubh, please try to understand that you have to go back and you have to watch the recording, because the whole thing, it is not possible because this is the last minute of this session. I am discussing everything in very detail. In the previous session as well, I had discussed the same thing and we did some question. In this session as well, we did the same thing and have done some questions on this Infinity Learn Class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. I hope it is clear, Mant Kumar, right? So nature of roots we discuss when we have got real coefficients in case of polynomials, right? In case of complex roots, the logic is that you have got, obviously division algorithm we haven't done in this class. Obviously in one class we cannot do the whole thing, Sheikh Hasif. I hope it is clear, right? It is not like that. Okay, Shubh, no problem. You don't need to be sorry. And I think one more student was asking one doubt. See, if you have got complex roots, actually I haven't started quadratic equations now, so therefore I'm not explaining that thing over here. But if you have got complex roots, so the roots are every time of this form. Suppose you have got a plus ib, obviously I'm not taking it over here, the other root will be automatically a minus ib, right? I hope it is clear. These are grade 10 students, needless to say. So that's all we needed to discuss in this class, guys. See, the whole syllabus is going according to the flow of NCERT, but obviously I'm taking questions which is not normally in your schools. Apart from that as well, on the Infinity Learn Class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. For grade 9 students, we have got Pratham series. For grade 10 students, we have got Pioneer series. And don't forget to subscribe to the Telegram channel as well, because over there, the sequence of chapters are there. Okay, I hope you got that month. Obviously, see, month in 2 minutes, I cannot clear that doubt. It will take some time to clear, right? So that's all we needed to discuss in this class. We'll meet in the next session, guys. Bye-bye. Take care, everybody.